Multiplayer games are still making more money than anything else in gaming. So why are they firing everyone? That question is what this whole video is about, because what is happening right now in the industries isn't a really simple story. It's not single players are back, multiplayer is dead. It's way more complicated than that, and honestly, way more interesting. Let me break it down for you. First of all, yes, multiplayer is still winning on the paper. GTA Online is still printing money. Take-Two said recurring consumer spending made up 73% of their total net bookings in just quarter 2 of 2026. That's insane. Fortnite, even declining, is estimated to have brought in over $6 billion in 2025. $6 billion from one single game. When people say live service is dying, I want to be honest with you. The top games are still making obscene amounts of money. But here's the thing, that's the top. What about everything underneath it? Everything underneath it is a graveyard. Most live service games that launched recently have lost 90% of their play population within months of release. Not years, months. Concord, Sony poured 8 years and hundreds of millions into it. Shut down 14 days after launch. Only 14 days. Anthem, Babylon's Fall, the day before, Marvel's Avengers, gone, all of them are gone. And the studios that made them, many of them are gone too. Sony's live service push didn't just fail, it killed 15 games and studios in the process. 15. So here is what's actually happening. A few massive games at the top are still doing extremely well, and everyone else who tried to copy them got absolutely destroyed. Now it's getting interesting because the players didn't leave multiplayer because they hate multiplayer, they left because they got tired. Think about a typical live service game. Log in every day, complete your daily challenges, don't miss the battle pass. This season ends in 12 days. New update dropped. There is a whole new meta now. The weapon you spent 3 weeks mastering it is useless now. Grind for this limited cosmetic or it's gone forever. Spend money or grind for 30 hours, your choice. This is not a game anymore. That's a second job with worse pay. Fortnite is still enormous, but even Epic admitted their active player numbers have dropped. Destiny 2, a game that used to define the genre, essentially collapsed under the weight of its own content model and had to restructure everything. Overwatch 2 went from one of the most played games on the planet to a constant punchline. Players didn't stop caring about multiplayer, they stopped caring about being managed. And that's the gap single player walked straight into. So what happened on the single player side? Black Myth Wukong, 20 million copies in the first week. No battle pass, no seasons, no live service. You buy it and you play it, that's all. That game made more money in the first week than most live service games make in a year. And it did it with a completely solo experience. Elden Ring, 30 million copies sold. A game that intentionally gives you almost no guidance, no hand-holding, no in-game store. Just a massive world and a challenge. And people love it for exactly that reason. Astrobot, a first-party Sony game, a platformer, won Game of the Year, a game about the PlayStation controller winning the biggest award in gaming. Nobody predicted that. Expedition 33, a game from a 30-person studio that basically no one had heard of it. Launched and immediately became one of the most talked about game of 2025. Critics love it, players love it. It sold over 1 million copies in the first week from 30 people. These aren't exceptions, there are patterns. So what does that pattern tell us? It tells us that players are not tired of video games. They are tired of games that treat them like a resource to extract money from. There is a difference. When you give someone a complete experience, a beginning, a middle and end, they don't feel cheated, they feel satisfied. And satisfied players come back. They tell their friends, they write reviews, they build a community around the game, not because an algorithm pushed them to, but because they actually cared about what they have played. Publishers spend years chasing the dream of GTA Online, one game, infinite revenue, forever. And a few of them pull it off, but most of them crash trying. And they took the entire studios down with them. Now the smart ones are just adjusting. Sony reversed course on their live services strategy and went back to the single player. Capcom, look at what Capcom has done. Dragon's Dogma 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, Onimusha is back. They have been consistent. They have been quality focused and they have been rewarded for it. That's not a coincidence. And Ubisoft? Ubisoft is a cautionary tale on the other side. They went all in on live services, pushed Assassin's Creed into a live service model that nobody asked for, and spent years losing the audience they spent decades building. Now they have trying to course correct, but the trust is hard to rebuild once it's gone. So is single player back? Honestly, I think it never left. The publishers and the shareholders thought it did. But the players, they were always there, waiting for someone to make them something worth finishing. The industry just forgot that for a while. And the games that reminded them, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Astrobot, Expedition Territory, they didn't just sell well. They reminded an entire industry what players actually want when you stop trying to trap them. So yes, single player is having a moment, but really, it's just the industry finally catching back up to what you already knew. If you want more videos like this, subscribe. I will be doing more of these breakdowns. And let me know in the comment, are you still playing a live service game or did you move on? I genuinely want to know where you are at. Thanks for watching, see you next time.